In November 2004, the world of gaming changed forever. Blizzard Entertainment invited players to step through a digital portal into the world of Azeroth. And millions of people never truly left. World of Warcraft was not the first massive multiplayer online game, but it was the one that turned a niche hobby into a global cultural phenomenon. It took the complex, often punishing mechanics of older role-playing games and smoothed them out, creating an experience that was accessible to everyone while remaining deep enough to consume thousands of hours of a person's life. The magic of World of Warcraft began with the choice between the Alliance and the Horde. This wasn't just a cosmetic decision. It was the birth of an identity. Whether you were a human in the golden forests of Elwyn or an orc in the red deserts of Durotar, you weren't just playing a character. You were joining a side in a war that felt real. The rivalry between these two factions defined the social landscape of the early 2000s. It fueled playground debates, office banter, and eventually, massive real-world conventions where thousands would scream for their faction. What truly set the game apart was the sense of a seamless, living world. In 2004, the idea of walking from one end of a continent to the other without a loading screen was revolutionary. You could watch the sunset over the barrens, hear the haunting music of Tirisful glades, or stand in awe of the massive gates of Ironforge. It felt like a place you could actually inhabit. For many, Azeroth became a second home. It was a place to meet friends, fall in love, and find a sense of community that the physical world didn't always provide. As the years passed, World of Warcraft evolved through its expansions. Each one was a massive event that shifted the stakes of the world. The Burning Crusade took us through the Dark Portal to a shattered planet. Wrath of the Lich King brought us to the frozen north to face Arthas, one of the most iconic villains in all of fiction. These moments weren't just updates. They were shared historical events for the gaming community. Every player remembers where they were when the world broke during Cataclysm or when they first set foot on the wandering Isle of Pandaria. But the real heart of the game was always the people. World of Warcraft popularized the concept of the raid, a high-stakes mission requiring 40 people to work in perfect synchronization to take down a legendary boss. This level of coordination led to the rise of guilds, which were essentially digital families. You weren't just clicking buttons. You were learning leadership, communication, and teamwork. These digital bonds often translated into real-world friendships that have lasted decades. Of course, the journey hasn't been without its struggles. As the gaming landscape shifted toward shorter sessions and mobile experiences, the traditional long-form MMO faced an identity crisis. The game became faster and more streamlined, which some veterans felt robbed it of its original soul. This tension eventually led to the release of World of Warcraft Classic, a move that allowed players to step back in time and experience the game exactly as it was in 2004. It was a rare moment where a company admitted that sometimes the old way really was the best way. Now in 2026, World of Warcraft occupies a unique space in our culture. It is the grandfather of the genre, a digital monument that has outlasted nearly all its competitors. It has survived the rise of social media, the explosion of mobile gaming, and the transition into the era of virtual reality. The graphics have been updated and the systems have been rebuilt, but the core appeal remains the same. It is the promise of adventure and the chance to be a hero in a world that never sleeps. The influence of the game reaches far beyond the screen. It pioneered the business models that modern games use today. From subscription services to digital storefronts. It inspired a major motion picture, countless books, and even became a subject of serious academic study regarding economics and social behavior. Even if you have never played a single minute of the game, your modern digital life has been shaped by the lessons Blizzard learned in Azeroth. Looking toward the future, World of Warcraft continues to bridge the gap between generations. We are now seeing parents who played at launch introducing their own children to the gates of Orgrimmar or Stormwind. It has become a cross-generational heritage, a shared language between people of all ages and backgrounds. World of Warcraft proved that a virtual world could be just as meaningful as the physical one. It showed us that we could feel genuine triumph in defeating a digital dragon and genuine grief when a fictional hero falls. After more than 20 years, Azeroth is still there, waiting for the next adventurer to pick up a sword or a staff. The world has changed, and the players have grown up, but the call to adventure is just as loud as it was on that first day in November. Thanks for watching.